Hi, Aidan. I'm Anika, and I'm here to show you how to find the equation of a line that goes through these 2 points. So our very first step is going to be to label what is our x, or what are our first points and what are our second points. So our first point is going to be x1, if it would let me, and y1 here. So -3 is x1 and 10 is y1. And then our x2 will be 2. I'll write it below it. Maybe it'll take that. x2. Okay, and then this will be 5 here is going to be y2. And as you can see here, we have a nice layout of our 3 steps that we have to do to solve for this. So our first step is to use the slope equation. So our slope equation is going to be m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So to solve this, we'll just plug in our points that we just labeled. So our y2 is 5. We'll subtract our y1, which is 10. And then our x2 is 2. And we'll subtract -3. And you have to be careful kind of with the signs here, because notice the equation itself has a minus sign. So if you're subtracting a positive, that's fine, you can leave it. But if you have a negative, you have to subtract a negative away. Which in turn, the top turns into -5. And the bottom, because we're subtracting negative, turns into 2 plus 3. Or we can just write that as 5. But in the end, after we reduce it, -5 over 5 is the same as -1. So now our slope is just -1. So that's our first step there. I'm going to go ahead and make this a bit smaller here. Now our second step will be to put this into point slope form. So our point slope form looks as follows. So it's y minus y1 is equal to our slope m times x minus x1. So we'll be using this equation next to kind of solve for our slope-intercept form, or the equation, which is what they're asking for. So what we'll do is we'll plug in all these numbers. So we'll do y minus y1, which back here was 10, is equal to m, which our slope we got was -1, times x minus x1, which was -3. And again, we're subtracting a negative number. So I have y minus 10, and then all we have to do now is to just solve for y. So I'll simplify this here first. So that's -1 times x plus 3. And next we'll use the distributive property to kind of expand that out. Did I just write down x plus 13? Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. X plus 3. There we go. So then we'll have -1 times x is -x. -1 times positive 3 is -3. Y minus 10. And lastly, we just have to add 10 to both sides to get y all by itself. So and then our final equation becomes y, so these cancel out, equals -x, and -3 plus 10 is positive 7. So the equation of a line that goes through the points -3, 10, and 2, 5 is y equals -x plus 7. I hope this helped. Thanks. Bye, Aidan.